Welcome to the Caesar Morning Show, brought to you by the Association of Professional Educators. APE, the most powerful and aggressive teachers union of the South, protecting Georgia teachers from bad drive-by evaluations. Remember, you'll never find peace of mind without APE. For protection, contact us at myapenow.com or call us at 770-347-8797. The Caesar Morning Show warns teachers of principal clowns in America. To find out if your principal is a principal clown of America, go to myapenow.com. That's myapenow.com. Or call us at 770-347-8797. If you are a member who would like to add your principal to the clown list, email us at aggressiveprotection@yahoo.com. Now, let's talk about these clowns with Caesar. Teachers, Stephen here. So that you know, the APE organization is fully staffed with highly educated and experienced personnel. And we'd like you to meet our staff who makes the APE organization the powerhouse it is today. Mr. Haynes, you know him. Mr. Haynes is off the chain. Mr. Haynes is our president and CEO. Dr. Gabriel A. Daniels, APE Special Counsel. Attorney Daniels is very effective in the courtroom, and he's known for his fast, aggressive cross-examination. APE truly pities any person cross-examined by him. Mrs. Alencia Martin Haynes, Office Manager. Mr. Larry Foster, Chief Regional Director. Mr. Roderick Collier, Regional Director of the North District. Mr. James Morrow Jr., Regional Director of the South District, and Mr. Leroy Walker, APE Communication Director. Now, if you're ready to be a part of the most aggressive teachers union in the South, go to myapenow.com or call us at 770-347-8797. You'll never find peace of mind without APE. We're putting a stop to bad drive-by evaluations on teachers.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? All right. I know it's been a while since we have been on air here at the Caesar Morning Show. I tell you, it is important for you to know your rights as a teacher. It is just very important to know that. You know, it's a shame that you have to go into these schools and these classrooms and these administrators come in and harass you. I talk about that all the time. How these administrators are coming into the classroom and just popping up in your classroom unannounced. And I call these, when they try to do these evaluations, bad drive-by evaluations. They just come into your classroom. They haven't told you they're coming. You know, as a professional, you would think that they would say, look, I'm coming down. I'm going to be coming to your classroom today. Give you an opportunity to make sure that the environment, your classroom environment, is ready for them to come down and make sure the kids are all under control. And if it's not under control, I'm sure you're a teacher that always keep things under control. But it's just common courtesy for administrators to let a teacher know that they're coming to their room. But you know, these administrators, they do this on purpose. And you need to know that they do these things on purpose. They want to catch you when you're not ready, because they want to mark you in areas that will destroy your certification. And I can't express that enough, because it is so true that these clowns, and that's why we call them clowns, because these clowns come in there and they full intention is to catch you not ready. You know, and so you need to be a part of a aggressive teachers union that's going to fight for your rights. Okay, I wanted to talk to you this morning. We're not going to hold you long, but this is something very important that I feel that is very important that you need to know. We came up with something at APE called Teachers Think and Call APE. Teachers Think and Call APE. Before you do something crazy, if a student gets on your nerves so bad they cause you to do something and that's going to damage your career, then you need to think first. Try to think. And I know it's kind of hard to do that when you're dealing with these bad and irate students and parents. And I know it's hard to do that, okay? But you're going to have to learn how to do that, okay? So we want you to think first, okay? Just think, okay? And call APE, okay? So this thing we're calling Think and Call APE. And so we want you to think first, then call APE. If you're not a member of the most powerful teachers union in the South, the baddest, okay? The baddest teachers union in the South, you need to join the Association of Professional Educators, better known as APE, okay? You need to join because this is a movement, a brand new movement, and we don't have time to play, okay? So we want you to know that, okay, teachers, know this. If you're caught in a situation that may cause you to do something that, because, these kids will make you snap. You'll snap before you know it, okay? I mean, before you know it, you're doing something. So we want you to think first and call APE. And we'll take it from there, okay? So with our members, we don't allow our members to try to engage in anything, okay? Unless you're one of our reps. If you're one of our reps in our school will tell you what you need to do. But when our reps call us at the office here, then we coming in and we don't have time to play. Okay. So our reps try to deal with a lot of these situations. If they can deal with it, that's great. But if not, okay, the horse is coming. Okay. And when we get there, it's going to be ugly. We just don't play like that. Okay. All right. So I'm saying to you, so if you to think first, try to think. Okay. Now I realize that's why we call this APE Natural Laws. This is a natural law. And before we get to the natural law, these are some things, 5 things that we want you to be able to say, before you even start your day, okay? Because I know these kids are rough, and you need to have some reflection time before you enter the building. I know it's rough out there, and you go into these, you pull up when you first pull up, you don't even want to go in because you already know these clowns are waiting on you to come inside. And you already know these kids, the irate kids and, out of control students, these thugs. That's what I call them, thugs. I call it what it is. The thugs are waiting for you to come into the class so they can harass you and tell lies on you. These are the things we want you to do before you go into the classroom. Okay, number 1, we want you to relax. Okay, just relax and say this. Number 1, I will have a great day today because every day is a great day. God is good. Okay. Number 2, my administrator will always support me. If not, I will call APE on their ass. Number 3, Lord, keep me from slapping the hell out of one of these badass kids and help me to remember they, not my kids. And remember, you got to say they. You can't say, from a white teachers, you can't say you got to say they, okay? They, D-A, they, okay? All right. Number 4, I must tell every teacher I see about APE because APE is the only teacher union that will get their ass, okay? You got to be able to say they, okay? I know you might think that's inappropriate for our self-religious people, and I'm a preacher myself, believe it or not. But you got to call it out for what it is, okay? And so I must tell every teacher, that's number 4, I'm going over it again, okay? Every teacher I see about APE, because APE, you got to be calm when you do this now, because APE is the only teacher union that will get their ass. Feel relaxed, okay? Number 5, this is the last one. I want you to say, I am a great teacher. I am a great teacher. Okay? Do you have that down now? So you can you can listen to this over and over and over until you get it down in your core. Okay? You need to get this down in your core. Okay? Because this is these are 8 natural laws. Okay? And that's what we believe. Now, also, I want to talk to you about another natural law, okay? We at APE believe that teachers should be empowered. Teachers should be empowered. That is a natural law, okay? That is a natural law, that all teachers should be empowered. There must be an educational democracy. There must be an educational democracy where teachers exercise their right for fair evaluations, fair dismissal, where teachers are able to evaluate administrators. These are natural laws, the APE Natural Laws. You must know this as a teacher. We are advocating for this as a union. See, the problem is this right here, and I'm not saying APE is a god. God knows I wouldn't do that. You know, that should have no other god before me. I'm not saying APE is a god, but I'm just giving you my personal rant. You have these other unions. I consider them like idols. You remember, and I apologize for the people that probably religion is probably worship of idols. I hope not. I hope your religion is not worshiping up a stick. I mean, I'm sorry if it is, but I'm talking. You remember when they used to worship all these idols? They had the little man with the hair stick up top of his head. That was an idol back in the Roman days. They worship him, and some people worship a candle. You see, these other unions are like idols. Okay, that's what they are. They pretend to have power, but they don't really have any power. They act as if that they can do something, but you call on them, and you looking for them to come to support you, like PACE, GAE, FT, Educators First. You call on these people to come help you, but they really have no power. They don't have any power, because if they had power, they would be able to do something for you. And that's what I always tell these teachers. APE is a movement, okay? And we are the only true union. APE is the only true union, okay? The other unions are idols. They pretend like they have power that they do not have. Just like back in the day, they used to worship all these idols before they learned to worship the one and true God, which was our creator. And like I said, I'm not calling APE as a god. God knows I wouldn't do that. But APE is the only union, it's the only real union that's going to fight for you, and that's going to truly fight for your rights. Now listen to this. It is time to stop playing around with your certification. It's time to stop playing around with your career. You have a family. You have some of you have kids, husband, and a whole family. Some of you are singles. That's fine, but you still have your certification that you have to protect, and some of you are still paying debt. And your college loans. My point, you need to protect your livelihood and stop playing around with these idols. These other unions, they just idols. They pretend to have power that they really don't have. APE is the one true union. The only true union in Georgia and in the United States, in that fact, in the whole United States, you want to be honest about it. But we concentrate in Georgia right now. And then Alabama, you next. But I want you to understand this, because I'm not saying this because, we want you, Mr. Haynes, you just saying this because you want us to join your union, blah, 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 blah. Do your own homework. Okay? Call these unions. Call them. Don't take my word for it. If you think that's the reason, I'm like John the Baptist in the wilderness. I'm just trying to tell you about somebody. I'm trying to tell you about APE. I'm trying to tell you to repent from these other unions. That's not just taking your mind, these false gods, these false idols that pretend to have power that they really don't have. I'm trying to tell you the truth. So call them. Just call them. When you get in trouble and need something, just call them and see how fast they call you back. We call all of our members right back. Okay, we call them back. That's what we do. Okay, and we call them when there's nothing going on. We still call our members to see how things are going in their schools. And that's a union that you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of a union that truly is safeguarding, watching over, like a guardian angel, a good guardian angel, watching over your livelihood. You just want someone to make sure that you are protected. You want somebody to make sure, you want to make sure that a union that you're paying monthly truly has your back. And the weirdest thing about this is the fact that APE is lesser than all the other unions, and we do the most, and we are the baddest, and we are the cheapest. It's just weird that people are paying these other unions that when they get in trouble, they can't do anything because they're going to, you know why they can't do anything? Because their unions allow administrators in their union. They allow administrators in their union. How can they be fair? How can they be fair? I mean, it's a no-brainer. How can they be fair? You got to ask yourself, if my union allow my principal in the same union that I am in, how can they be fair? Why would they be fair? Because with the principal, they can always come in and recruit. So it's easy to sell you down the river. It's easy to sell you down the river because of the fact you are one person or you're one teacher. So why would they side with you over the principal? So it's a no-brainer. It really is a no-brainer. We're cheaper and we're the baddest. We don't allow administrators. They do. So it's like a no-brainer, okay? But for some reason, people think that these other unions are going to truly protect them. Until they get in trouble, then they realize they're not going to do anything or they don't do anything. It hasn't failed yet. Every new member that came to APE last year was members that was a part of the other unions, like Page and GAE. That was most. I got a lot from Page, GAE, and Educators First, but most of them was from Page. And I guess they assume because they got protection, it may be a little cheaper or something. I don't know what they think. But when the mess gets started, Page not going to do anything. We advocate. The other unions do not advocate. They may tell you, well, let us know what happened. We don't do that. When you call us about an issue, we jump right on it. We write letters. I write a letter to the superintendent and all the board members. And if we pick it, we have to. And sometimes we'll go, if it get too bad, we'll go to the church where the superintendent or the principal go to church, and we're picking them there. I just decided that this union had to be a very strong union that truly mean business. So I say to you, think about that. Think very hard about that, because it never fails. It's always people coming from these other unions. It never fails. All last year, everybody that joined APE was from other unions. And so they realized that the union couldn't do anything, and then they want the crazy group. Sometimes they like to feel like they're part of some type of I don't know, part of some I guess you could say elite union or something. And then when the heat gets get to going, and shit, they can't do nothing about it. They take off and go across the railroad track and join APE. You understand? So we are the most powerful, the baddest teachers union in the South. I hope you get the chance to see our signs. We're going to have our signs all out throughout the state of Georgia. I'm excited about that, because these signs can go places that we cannot go. like Star Trek. We'll put these signs out in places, unknown territory. So we're going to be right back, and we're going to finish up. I want to talk to you about where I think education is going. And if we do not come together, teachers, and be a part of a real union that is going to truly fight and advocate a group that will truly advocate around some natural laws that I call just natural law, things that you're just supposed to have as a teacher. You're supposed to have. It's just that basic. We need to come together, but you got to come together with a union that's already in mind And already is going to disrupt. We coming to disrupt. APE is going to disrupt the education field, the educational. We just going to just tear it all because it's a mess. It is totally a mess. And we need to clean it up. And APE is the union that's going to clean it up. My friend, I'll be right back after these messages. Thank you so much.
Teachers. APE has been called by many names by classroom teachers. We found out some teachers refer to us as the APE Black Mafia. Call us whatever you like, but know this. APE will legally destroy any administrator who tries to abuse its members. Join today, and then let your administrator know APE is coming and hell is coming with us. Why? Because APE knows how to protect your career and certification. Call us at 770-347-8797 or go to myapenow.com and get the peace of mind you deserve. Oh, and I almost forgot. Our office is located in downtown Midtown at 1170 Peachtree Street, Suite 1200, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309. Now, back to Caesar. Hello, teachers. My name is Steven, one of the producers here on the Caesar Morning Show. I am excited to be a part of the APE organization, an organization that aggressively fights for the right of teachers. Mr. Haynes, our president, understands just how bad Georgia teachers need aggressive representation, and this is one of the reasons he's devoted over 20 years of his life aggressively fighting for classroom educators in Georgia. If you are sick and tired of being treated unprofessionally by any Georgia school system, join our movement today. I always ask our president jokingly, we need teachers, but he always seriously replies to me, Stephen, APE doesn't need teachers, teachers need APE. Teachers, don't play with your career. Join APE today. Go to myapenow.com or call us at 770-347-8797. Don't waste your money on these fake teachers unions like GAE. They have no teeth. Page Toothless, AFT, Gumless, or Educators Last. I mean first. Join the APE Black Panthers, the most powerful teachers union of the South.
All right. Now I want to talk to you about the importance of education, the educational system. It's broken. And it's a mess. It is truly a mess. And so teachers, I say all this, and I said things carefully. Sometimes I say things carefully. And I have to do that because if I go too fast, I say something I might regret. Because here at the Caesar Morning Show, we don't edit anything. What you hear, what you get, slang and whatever. We don't care anything about all that. What we care about is protecting you as a teacher. Protecting your livelihood, what we care about. And getting these administrators that's on your back. Now, you might not have a problem. That's why you need to be a part of the most powerful, the baddest teacher union on the planet. You might not have a problem. That's fine. You might not have a problem at all. That's good. That's why you need to join APE before you do have a problem. Then we want to charge you this real high pre-existing fee that we charge people that comes in here that have been part of these other unions and been paying them all this money for years and want APE to come fix something that they should have joined APE many years before. And so we have to charge them a pre-existing fee. We have to do that because we know we're the baddest. We don't try to figure out who we are. We know who we are. So that's why we want you to be a part of our great organization that is moving. It's a movement. It's not about Caesar. It's about you. Okay. We're just looking for you teachers to spread the word about this great organization. And we want everybody to know there's a brand new union out there that's not taking no junk off no administrator and nobody, superintendent, no board members, no parent, no student. We just want people to know about us because we already know that once people know about it, they're going to join APE anyway. We had a great year last year, a great year. We're looking to have another great year this year. Okay, but we want teachers to spread the word about a new organization where teachers are coming together. I told you we have to form an educational democracy. This is where we at. This is real. This is the real deal. Now, I truly believe teachers must be free to teach and free to control the environment in their classroom. This is a natural law, teachers. It's a natural law. It's an APE natural law. Teachers must be free to teach and free to control the environment in their classroom. This is a natural law. That means that you must have fully control. If we don't support our teachers, if we don't come together and surround ourselves with a true union that's truly fighting for teachers' rights, then I believe if we don't give teachers back the power to control their classroom, I'm telling you the truth. This is the whole United States. I'm talking about the United States. I'm talking about Betsy DeVos that should be fired. I'm talking about her because they're trying to privatize education. Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on here. They trying to continue to gut your rights, and they're going to turn this thing over to a private organization, and they can't do nothing. They can't fix it. The private organization can't fix it. It cannot be fixed. The only way it can be fixed is that in the United States, let me just say, I'm going to leave Georgia for a moment. Now, this including Georgia, until to our representatives and our senators and our representatives and until they understand that they must to stop this being last in the educational world. If they truly want to stop it, you got to give teachers the power to control their classrooms. You got to you have to do it. And you have to support them. And administrators have to support them. But if the administrators don't support them, that's fine. That's why teachers have to have power to back over their classrooms, to control their classrooms. If we don't give teachers back the power to control their classrooms, the very fabric of our education system will self-destruct. Now, if you can believe that, and you can think I'm just a crazy black man coming up with some crazy stuff, but I'm telling you, if we don't give teachers back the power to control their classrooms, the very fabric of our educational system will self-destruct. And you watch and see you're going to see it. It's self-destructing right now because teachers don't have power anymore. See, teachers used to have power of their classroom. They could teach what they wanted to teach because they were professional. They knew what to teach. They knew when to teach it. You didn't have these supervisors coming around in your classroom looking to see what you're doing, to harass you. When a professional teacher cannot go to her job, or his or her job, and work and got to worry about administrator harassing them when they can't even focus on making sure that the students getting what they need, they're too busy worrying about the administrator. How can you teach? I mean, you cannot teach. No educational. Nothing is going on in the classroom. Nothing education is going on in the classroom when teachers have their mind somewhere else. So what's going to happen? The teachers are just going to start going to the school. They're not going to teach. They're just going to sit up there and draw a paycheck. They're going to close the door and lock it and have a little Johnny see if let me know when the administrator's coming. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. And they're just going to receive a check. But they're not going to have any love for the job to make sure little Johnny learns everything, get everything little Johnny needs to get to be prepared to go out into the world. They're not going to care anything about that. You know why? Because they don't have any support. They don't control their classroom. They don't control their environment. Teachers must be able to control their classroom, be able to control their environment, and so that way they can take control and they can start back doing what they love to do, which is teach. They love to teach. So they're able to start start back doing what they love to do, and which is teach. But if a teacher is not getting support, then they're going to shut down. But see, at APE, we don't want teachers to shut down. We don't want you to do that. And we don't, because see what happens then administrators start writing you up, and then before you know it, you're terminated, you're fired. And all these things are happening just because you're not supported, or they're not being supportive of you. So I'm saying to you, it is important to know that we have to surround ourselves around a real union that are fighting for these for a better environment and fighting for better rights. That's what you have to do. Now, I truly believe that teachers should be able to evaluate administrators. It's more teachers than administrators. So why would the administrators be doing all the evaluating? It just makes sense to me. That's why before you join our group, we ask you, do you believe these things? Do you believe these natural laws? Do you believe that teachers should evaluate administrators? If you say no, hell, you ain't coming into APE. You're not coming into our group. Okay? Some of you slip through the crack. And that's okay. But you need to join APE. We'll let you stay in here. But this is a natural law. This is what's going on in America. See, the reason why it's a total breakdown in our educational system, because teachers don't have control of the classroom anymore. They don't have any control. So the thug can come in there and run the classroom, scare every other student in the classroom that they don't want to produce because they're afraid of the thug that's sitting up in the classroom, 2 or 3 of them in some classes. And so no learning take place. You see? So now you say, well, that's just in the school. No, it's bigger than that, folks. I'm trying to get you to understand it is bigger. It's bigger than that. It's bigger. Because what happens then, we start in America, creating and students creating these monsters, allowing them to do what they want to do. But that's not what happens in the real world. So when these students go out in the real world, they think that's the way it's supposed to be, and they get locked up and they put in jail. See, you understand I know I talk real fast, but you got to understand where I'm coming from. You got to understand that the system is messed up. It's self-destructing. And the only way we're going to fix this thing is that we're going to have to join with a union that is really fighting for these things, not this fake stuff. Because if teachers are getting fired, every time you turn on TV, a teacher have gotten fired, something's wrong. Now, I agree, sometimes teachers do some crazy stuff they shouldn't do. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the teacher that go to work and do a great job and harassed every day by administrators. Or you got this kid in your classroom and you've been trying to get this kid out of your classroom. The administrator says there's nothing we can do. That's a lie. It's $750 to get them out the classroom. Georgia law. You understand what I'm $751, $752. See? But they're not telling you that. They're just taking your money. They're not advocating. And they're praying to God that these other unions taking your money, these fake idols, they're taking your money, and they're praying to God that you don't call them. And then when you do call them, well, it's nothing we can do. Just let us know when the hearing is. They're not going to advocate to stop it. Just let us know when they're going to fire you, what the day of the hearing, and we'll be there. By that time, they don't send stuff to the PSC. Your career, it's a mess. Okay, it's just truly a mess. APE is the most powerful teacher union in Georgia. It's just that simple. We are very aggressive. We advocate. I had a lady tell me, well, I had 3 people that joined APE. And the saddest thing they told me, I did not want to hear because I don't believe in negative stuff. I just don't like it. I believe in, just do my thing. Be aggressive and just do my thing. God will bless our union. But when they told me they weren't even getting nobody, the union wasn't even calling them back. The basic stuff, like, call me back. You call and they don't call you back. The basic stuff. But every month they take your money. That's amazing. Anyway, we thank you for listening. I'm sorry. It's just weird to me that people keep joining and telling me these stories, and I just can't believe them. I mean, I do believe. I know they're not aggressive, but I just can't believe that you will continue to pay a union to you, and they don't do anything, and they just don't advocate, don't fight, not aggressive. You want to be a part of a union that the administrators are afraid of. I tell you, they're afraid of APE because they're afraid of that crazy black man that almost get arrested, sometimes get arrested. You come right back and pick and see. People are afraid of they're afraid of you when you fight. So when you're a fighter, they get afraid of you. I haven't did nothing to them. It just I just come and I just show up at the school to advocate for our members. And when you advocate and don't take sides, I had a I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna leave it alone because I got to go eat. I'm hungry. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay. I had I'm gonna say some teachers. Okay, I don't like this. Well, I said some teachers. Okay, we're not calling the names, so they might get mad at me. Okay, but some teachers they called me, and they was complaining about the union not advocating for something about. And you might be on this blog. You do. I apologize. I'm not saying your name, but I just want the people to know the truth. I want people to hear this mess because it's just hard to believe. And they say when they got to the grievance hearing, and they were part of this other union. They got to the grievance hearing, and they took the sides. They took the side of the administration over them. Now they've been paying them all this money for years. They get up in the grievance hearing and agree with the damn administration, and that's some crazy stuff. You never do that. You never do that. I never agree with the administrators. My mentor used to tell me, never let them see you agreeing with them, even though you know they may be wrong, Norris. Never let them, you go in there and you aggressively fight for their rights. That's what he told me. And that's what I've always done. He said, never do that. That teacher has to know that you're there fighting for them. That teacher has to know that. And there can't be no doubt in their mind when they walk out of that grievance or that hearing that you kicked ass for them. They understand if they lose, they win, they fine with that. But they want a union that's going to advocate for them, that's going to go out there and fight like hell for them and leave it all on the table. And that's what they do. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. We go out there and we kick butt and we leave it all on the table. When we get finished, sometimes I get arrested, sometimes I don't. I don't want to get arrested. Don't get me wrong, I don't. I don't want to get arrested. It's a lot of mess. Got to go back to the hearing, talk to the judge that don't know the law. I hate it, okay? But you got to advocate. Whatever you do, that's one thing about APE. Where there's injustice, I don't care. Where there's injustice, we fight. Win or lose, you're going to know we've been there. You're going to know that. That you will know. You will know that APE was there, okay? And see, and that lets that administrator know that in the future that you don't want to bring me into this grievance again. If you have to deal with one of my members, you found they're APE member, then they'll leave them alone because they'll realize that man was crazy. That man crazy. He came over here and picked up my school, got all the parents all upset, and went down there and tore my butt up in a grievance. See, and then when he said another member, he already know he got to handle that thing. And that's what you want. That's the type of union you want. You want a union that's going to aggressively fight for your rights. And that's what we do at APE. All our staff members are very aggressive. Every one of on our team, every person on our team is very aggressive. And that's what I like about it. They don't play. So we are the baddest. I keep saying the most powerful, but we are the baddest teacher union in the South. with APE. So I hope you have enjoyed this morning show. And we're still working on our, I guess technology, Stephen would call it. So you can be able to call in live and talk to us. And so we're going to have, you don't have to say who you are. Oh, let me say who you is. You don't have to say who you is. Just call into the morning show. Just call into the Caesar morning show. Okay. Just call in and just tell us, we're going to ask you what's going on in your school. And we want you to tell us what's going on at your school. You don't have to say your name. Okay. Oh, you don't even have to say the school. Okay. If you don't want to. Just call in and talk to us and tell us what some areas that you think we need to go to, or that we need to go and investigate, some schools we need to go investigate. Let us know. We want to know. We want to know what's going on throughout Georgia. So if you hear this show, I don't care if you're in California. I had a lot of people calling me from California because they hear this show everywhere, and they want to know, can they be members? And we just, no, you can't be a member in California. We would love to have you. Would you ever move to Georgia? Please join APE, But we're just not that far in California just yet. My goal is to go to California, for us to be everywhere, nationwide. But at this point, we're here in Georgia, fighting for the rights of teachers. But call us from wherever. California, Alabama. We get a lot of Alabama and California visitors to our website. So looking for aggressive representation. So call us anyway, because your voice counts. Okay, your voice counts. All right. Thank you, my friend. We thank you. We had a great time. I really had a great time this morning. Hope you enjoyed listening to our show. Tell everybody about the Caesar Morning Show. Tell them to go download the app so they would never miss a show. This is a new movement. Thank you so much.
Hey, did you know APE represents only teachers and not administrators? We believe representing teachers and administrators together is a conflict and just plain crazy. Teachers, you will never have to worry about who APE represents when APE shows up at your school. Newsflash, if you are part of an organization that allows principal clowns, quit today and join the most powerful and aggressive teachers union of the South. APE, call us today at 770-347-8797 or go to myapenow.com or email us at aggressiveprotection@yahoo.com. Oh yeah, Caesar is home.
Hey, where y'all at?